Hi, this is Ushnota Paul, and welcome to Market Makers. This is where we have interesting conversations with people from business and finance. Today, we have with us Mr. Yatin Gupte, the chairman and MD of Word Wizard Innovations and Mobility. We would be talking all about the company and its plans for the future. So, without further ado, let's start today's show. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gupte.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you tell us about your background and what inspired you to venture into the electric two-wheeler industry?
Uh, I was basically I was a banker. I was with as a CFO. I was with NBFC. In 2016, I started with my venture called Word Wizard Mobility Limited. And in 2016, what was in my mind was that when I visited certain countries, Netherlands, UK, China, there we can clearly see that 10 years before only they had converted their end mile connectivity into electric. So this clearly shows that people and the countries were thinking about electric, zero carbon emission was their priority.
Yeah.
And as everybody knows that end mile connectivity generates maximum carbon. And if we address this issue, then we can control at least 20-25% of pollution which is currently going on in our country. So keeping this in mind, we started in 2016 the venture called Word Wizard. Joy Bike was our brand name, is our brand name, and currently we have a bigger portfolio. We have almost 16 models in two wheelers, and we have recently started with our three-wheeler venture, which would be majorly addressing the issue of carbon emission into end mile connectivity.
So, what is Word Wizard's business model and what sets your products apart from the competition?
So what Wizard's business model is, we are completely into distribution model. Currently, we are having 700 plus dealers across country, and 61% of our dealers come from B town, that is rural India. So since 2016, what was there in my mind, because my profile was into channel development, and that too into rural market. So same we penetrated into Word Wizard, and currently our penetration is into almost 21 states of India. 60% rural presence and 40% into urban. So we also operate through our company operated showrooms. So we have 21 company operated showrooms, and these company operated showrooms are addressed on A and B class cities.
Okay. And what are the company's long-term goals and what strategies have you put in place to achieve them?
So next 5 years goal, what we have taken is we would be taking 25% of market share of into EV space. This is what the target, ambitious target we have taken. Short-term target for next year, what we have taken, we would be selling around 2.5 lakhs of two-wheelers next year, and around 25,000 plus three-wheelers is what the next financial target we have taken.
Sounds good. And how has the company adapted to the changing market trends and consumer demands in the electric two-wheeler space?
So as you also know, rather, the entire market is currently dependent on imports. This is what we have seen. But since last 18 months, our R&D department, our team was completely working towards localization. And it is a very proud moment for us that vehicles which we launched, three vehicles which we launched in Auto Expo last month, they are completely made in India. We have zero dependency on imports currently. So three-wheeler, one scooter model which we call as Mihos, and third is the upcoming model which is into bike segment. All these three models are completely made in India, which has zero dependency on imports.
Right. You mentioned about R&D. So can you walk us through that research and development process for creating new products?
So now there are two R&D teams which we are working with. One R&D team which is in a technical part, which is based out of Singapore. So we have our company which has been formed in Singapore, and this company addresses issues into lithium ion battery cell chemistry, controllers, circuits. And the second R&D team which we have at Vadodara, they are into more of vendor development and creating new models, creating new substitutes which are required. This is more of a technical team which we have over here, who works on completely developing into designing and developing new designs for Joy Bike.
Right.
And I'm also very happy to share that this month we are venturing into assembly of battery packs. So as you also know, battery pack is a very key component into electric vehicle. So I'm very happy to share that by March first week, we would be creating our own battery packs.
That is great. So, what role does technology play in the manufacturing of your electric two-wheelers, and how do you plan to stay ahead of the technology curve in the future?
So as EV is more into electronics, technology plays a very key role. And as this is a sunrise sector,
Yeah.
there are every day there are new innovations which are happening. And to address these innovations, we have our dedicated team, a senior scientist, one from Germany and one from Japan, who are based out of Singapore, which helps us and guides us on transferring new technologies from Singapore to India.
Okay. Can you discuss any challenges or obstacles the company has faced, and how have you overcome them?
Yeah, last year, rather this financial year, there were certain turmoils into EV space. And yes, we faced a heat of this into sales. Our sales figure for third quarter were not so good. The major reason was market was bit into panic due to certain changes in FAME 2 studies, certain frauds which have happened in FAME 2. Again, people were a bit afraid because there were certain incidents which happened in late second quarter last year, where people were a bit afraid of EVs because there were certain issues which were reported. But I'm happy to share that Joy Bike doesn't had any incident since 2016, and this is what shows the commitment of our R&D team, where we stand firmly towards consumer, that none of incidents were reported in market from our side.
Okay. How does the company plan to expand its market reach, both obviously domestically as well as internationally?
So currently we are more focused on our domestic market. We have certain inquiries for exports, but we are not really keen this financial year. Next financial year, we would be entering into exports. But currently, we have started exports in one of African country and Nepal. This is what we have already started. But yes, figures are or the demand into exports are huge, and we would be addressing this exports by next financial late third or fourth quarter of next financial year.
Okay. And can you share any exciting projects or initiatives that the company has maybe in the pipeline right now?
So exciting project which is going on since last 6 months, which we are trying to develop, is EV ancillary unit in Vadodara, for which we have already acquired 100 acres of land. We are inviting technologies around the world, from Korea, Japan, and China, where we are urging them to come to Indian market, where they can bring in their technology. We will be providing them with the infrastructure, complete infrastructure from land, building, electricity, and manpower. This is what will be our investment. What Whizzard Innovations will be doing the investment. They will have to just bring their technology, and we will be developing spare parts for EV ecosystem over here in Vadodara, Gujarat.
Oh, that's great.
The project cost is what we have taken is somewhere it would be around 1,200 to 1,500 crores. This is what we have decided to pump in next financial year for this ancillary cluster.
Thanks for sharing that. Something that the investors would obviously be very keen on knowing is the financial performance. So if you could tell us, how has the company performed financially in the past few quarters, and what have been the key drivers of business growth?
So till December, we were successfully able to close by 205 crores of turnover. We are also targeting that we would be crossing 500 crores for this financial year. Last financial year, our revenues were 195 crores. So it's almost 2x jump which we have taken. So this clearly shows confidence of people, consumers, and our shareholders, stakeholders, and dealers, where they are very keen and they want to be associated with us. And we will be also increasing our dealer network, and we will be crossing by 1,000 by before 31st of March. So this clearly shows the confidence of our stakeholders on us. And we would be surpassing 500 crores of mark by this 31st March.
Great. Can you discuss the company's current financial position, including revenue, operating margins?
Operating margins currently, after tax, this is what we till 31st March, 31st December, we have showed is somewhere 6%. I'm a bit confident that by next year, when we develop this EV ancillary cluster, and we are also coming into our own battery pack manufacturing, we'll be adding more 5% to this 6%. This is what I have that confidence. So by next year, I think after taxes, it would be 10 plus percentage, which we can easily achieve.
Right. Speaking a little more about that, the operating margins in the past few quarters have seen volatility. So, what are the reasons for that?
The reasons majorly as we were more into branding and marketing activities. We want our presence more. So certain amounts where which we didn't had kept in mind, we had to spend that. Again, we had to invest into our Singapore company, where we there was a hit on the capital also. But yeah, this would be helping us in next couple of years, and I'm very much confident that we would be increasing our margins in coming 18 months.
Okay. So, how does the company plan to manage costs, particularly in the rapidly changing and highly competitive market?
Yeah, the it is a big challenge for us, rather for any big player who is into EV space, because there are many innovations and changes which are happening rapidly into this space, and it's very difficult for us to foresee these expenses which come suddenly. But yeah, we have prepared. We recently we ended it with our right issue of 49 crore, and now we are raising our capital by more 1500 crores in coming 6 to 8 months. This is what target we have taken. We are exploring ADR. We are also exploring FPO and preferential in coming few days or few months.
Okay. Mr. Yatin, if you could provide insight into the company's funding and investment strategy, including any plans for raising capital in the future.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told. We have already initiated we are into mature level of raising the funds, and we are exploring the ways, as I told, through ADR. We are also exploring through strategic investment partner. We are also exploring for working capital limits. So this is what next 6 months we would be raising somewhere around 1200 crores. This is what target we have taken.
Right. According to you, which key performance indicators an investor should track for a company in the space you're operating?
The key, as far as EV is concerned, I think investors should track on the innovations and innovations which that particular company would be doing or contributing toward EV space. This is very much important. That we should not be investing money into trading activities, because that is the most difficult thing where investor can burn his money. So investors to see that what the company is doing towards innovation or towards reducing their dependencies or imports, and creating environment where we can easily sustain ourselves in Indian ecosystem.
Right. Can you discuss any recent investments or partnership the company has made, and how will it impact future financial performance?
Currently, what the investments which we have done, as I told, we have procured 100 acres of land, but again, that is a big project which we want to address in coming 3 years, and rather this big investment would be turning up into more profit margins in coming 2 or 3 years down the line. So yes, this has impacted our balance sheet, but yeah, we are very much confident that in coming 2 years, our margins will be substantially increasing, as we are also setting up with 1 gigahertz lithium-ion battery cell manufacturing plant in coming few months. So this would be adding our more 10 to 15% of our revenues. This would be adding this. So I'm very much confident that we will be covering this cost in coming 3 years down the line.
Right. Right. How does a company allocates its resources and prioritize spending, particularly with regards to research and development, like you mentioned, is a big part, marketing and expansion
Yes.
efforts?
Yes. So currently we are more focused on our R&D expansion, because that is a key factor. If we take control on R&D into certain things, that is on electronics and lithium and cell, so that would be a game changer for us. So yes, we are spending not heavily, but yeah, we are spending a bit amount on R&D, development of our team, and branding and marketing activities, where we want to increase our presence, and again we want to increase our market share. So that's
Right.
the reason our spending on R&D and marketing branding is currently a bit more than what we have expected.
Makes sense. Do you see a rising interest rate environment affecting the industry's sales volumes?
Yes, that is true. Because currently the loans which are offered for consumers in the past few months, the rate of interest have increased. So yes, it has been hampered. But as I told you, as we have over 61% of presence in rural India. There, the requirement of loan is more less compared to the urban areas. This is what we have seen or we have noticed. So that is again a game changer for us, as our presence is more into rural. It is not getting highly impacted on Joy Bike sales.
Over the next 2-3 years, how do you see the electric two-wheeler industry shaping up, and what are key triggers for that growth?
So next, as I said, electric EVs ecosystem is a sunrise industry, and you can see now upward trend for at least next 10 years. And I can clearly foresee that in coming 5 years, I think electric vehicle will take more than 35 to 40% of IC engines share into sales. This is what I can foresee. So it's a big industry now. So it's not a small industry. It's time of EV. It's era of I can say it's era of electric vehicles now.
Great. I think finally I have to ask you this question. What advice would you give to all the aspiring entrepreneurs who are watching the show right now?
So all the entrepreneurs who are into EV or who are aspiring towards getting into EV, I will just urge them that they should more focus on innovations and R&D rather than just trading into this particular ecosystem. So this will really help them into longer way, and they can sustain more if they focus more on R&D and innovations which are currently happening into this industry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yatin. That was a very enriching conversation. And for all those watching, if you like the video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to Upstocks for more such content. Thank you so much, Mr. Yatin, once more for
Thank
coming.
you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.